90% of car breakdowns are connected to bad maintenance. But here's the kicker, your car can actually last up to 500,000 miles or even 1,000,000 miles without any expensive car repairs. Let's start with number 15. Stop using cheap gas station motor oil. Modern engines with tight tolerances need consistent lubrication, and cheap oil turns into sludge that clogs oil passages and starves critical components. That savings of $20 per oil change can cost you a $4,000 engine replacement. Here's what you need to know. Invest in name brand full synthetic oil from Mobil 1, Castrol, or Valvoline. Your engine will run smoother, last longer, and actually get better fuel economy. Pro tip: the extra cost of quality oil is nothing compared to replacing worn camshafts, timing chains, or turbochargers that failed due to poor lubrication. Seriously, who skimps on the one thing that keeps their engine alive? Trust me, this next hack will shock you. Number 14. Your air filter is choking your engine. Most people drive around with air filters that look like they've been through a dust storm, wondering why their car feels sluggish and drinks gas like a V8 truck. A dirty air filter doesn't just reduce performance, it's literally suffocating your engine. Let me explain why this matters. Your engine needs a precise air-to-fuel mixture to run efficiently. A clogged air filter restricts airflow, forcing your engine to work harder and consume more fuel to maintain the same power output. This can reduce fuel economy by up to 10% and rob your engine of significant horsepower. Here's the solution. Check your air filter every 12,000 miles and replace it when it looks dirty. A quality air filter costs $15–25, but can improve fuel economy and restore lost power instantly. The kicker: many performance problems disappear the moment you install a fresh air filter. If your car feels tired or thirsty, check the air filter first before assuming something expensive is broken. Here's one that'll blow your mind. Number 13. Warm up your car the right way. Idling your car for 10 minutes in the driveway isn't warming it up. It's wasting fuel and actually damaging your engine. Modern fuel-injected engines need movement, not stationary idling, to reach optimal operating temperature efficiently. Here's how it actually works. Extended idling keeps your engine running rich and cold, which can wash oil off cylinder walls and dilute your engine oil with unburned fuel. The best way to warm up any modern car is to drive it gently for the first few miles, allowing all components to reach operating temperature together. You'll be surprised by this. Your engine, transmission, differential, and other drivetrain components warm up faster and more evenly under light load than sitting still. Here's the hack mechanics. No. Start your car, wait 30 seconds for oil pressure to build, then drive gently until the temperature gauge reaches normal. You'll save fuel, reduce emissions, and actually extend your engine's life compared to the old let it idle forever method. You'll definitely be shocked by this next hack. Hack number 12. Checking your power steering fluid. Power steering systems work under extreme pressure and heat, yet most people never change the fluid until the pump starts whining. By then, you're looking at a $600+ repair that could have been prevented with a $30 fluid change. Here's the fascinating part. Power steering fluid breaks down over time, becoming acidic and contaminated with metal particles from internal wear. This contaminated fluid acts like liquid sandpaper, destroying seals, pumps, and steering racks from the inside. The fluid might still look decent, but it's lost its protective properties. You won't believe this. Most power steering failures aren't from worn components. They're from neglected fluid that turned corrosive. Change your power steering fluid every 50,000 miles or 4 years, whichever comes first. Pro tip: if your steering feels heavy, makes noise, or requires more effort than usual, check the fluid condition first. Dark, burnt-smelling fluid means you're already in the danger zone and need immediate attention. Hack number 11. Stop ignoring your oil intervals. Those 10,000-mile intervals are pure marketing designed to make ownership look cheap during warranty years. But guess who's not paying for your engine rebuild at 120,000 miles? That's right, not them. Let me tell you why that's dangerous. Engine experts and mechanics who've seen hundreds of thousands of miles agree that 5,000 miles with full synthetic is the sweet spot. Modern engines run hotter and tighter than ever, creating more stress on oil molecules. That lifetime oil breaks down faster than your manufacturer admits, especially if you drive in traffic, tow, or live anywhere with actual weather. Here's the trick. Manufacturers want to sell new cars, not make yours last forever. Stick to their intervals, and you might save a few oil changes, but you risk sludge buildup, worn seals, and catastrophic engine failure. That's a $4,000 plus repair that could have been prevented with $40 oil changes. Your engine doesn't care about marketing. It cares about clean oil every 5,000 miles, period. Hack number 10. Change your transmission fluid before symptoms appear. Most drivers treat their transmission like it's immortal until it starts slipping. By then, you're not fixing the problem. You're replacing a $4,000 component that could have been saved with basic maintenance. Here's what you need to know. Unlike engine oil, transmission fluid sits, sealed and forgotten, quietly breaking down mile after mile. After 60,000 miles, that cherry red fluid is hiding microscopic clutch particles, metal shavings, and varnish that grind away at your gears like liquid sandpaper. It still looks fine, but it's destroying your transmission from the inside. Here's the solution. Smart owners do a drain and fill every 60,000 miles or 6 years, whichever comes first. For hybrids, you can stretch it to 90,000 miles, but don't push it. Always use OEM fluid. Toyota WS for Toyotas, Honda ATF DW1 for Hondas. Generic stuff saves pennies and costs transmissions. Pro tip, never flush an old, neglected transmission. You'll dislodge gunk that's actually holding it together. If you made it here, hit that like button. We've got 9 more car hacks that'll save you thousands in unnecessary car repairs you won't need. Also, you won't want to miss the #1 tip that'll make your car engine last 800,000 miles. This next hack is so useful, it'll save you time and money. Hack number 9. Your coolant is actually liquid insurance. Here's something you probably don't know. Coolant doesn't just prevent overheating. It's the unsung hero protecting your entire engine from corrosion, cavitation, and electrolysis. Ignore it, and you're basically turning your engine into an expensive science experiment. Here's how this works. Modern coolant contains anti-corrosion additives that coat your engine's internal surfaces. Over time, these additives break down, leaving your aluminum heads and iron blocks to duke it out chemically. The result? Pinhole leaks, cracked heads, and repair bills that'll make you cry. The crazy part, most coolant looks fine even when it's completely useless. That green or orange liquid might look fresh, but after 5 years or 100,000 miles, it's basically expensive water. Here's the hack mechanics don't want you to know. Change your coolant every 5 years regardless of mileage, and always use the exact type specified by your manufacturer. Mixing coolant types creates a chemical soup that'll eat your engine from the inside out. You won't believe what this next hack could do. Hack number 8. Your fuel filter is slowly ruining your engine. Think fuel filters are just for old cars? Well, you're dead wrong. Even today's lifetime fuel systems have filters that clog up faster than your manufacturer admits, especially with today's ethanol-blended fuels that attract moisture like a magnet. Let me explain why this matters. A clogged fuel filter doesn't just reduce performance, it forces your fuel pump to work overtime, running hotter and dying younger. When that $800 fuel pump fails, you'll wish you'd spent $30 on a filter. Modern direct injection engines are especially sensitive because they need precise fuel pressure to operate correctly. You won't believe this. Many fuel pump failures are actually just clogged filters starving the pump. Replace your fuel filter every 30,000 miles, even if the manual says it's lifetime. Pro tip, if your car hesitates during acceleration or struggles to start, check the fuel filter first before throwing money at expensive diagnostic tests. Seriously, who designs lifetime filters that fail at 80,000 miles? Hack number 7. Fixing your car's spark plugs. Modern engines demand more from spark plugs than ever before. Higher compression, leaner mixtures, and direct injection all conspire to make your plugs work overtime. Yet most people still think they last 100,000 miles like the old days. Here's the shocking part. Today's iridium and platinum plugs might last longer, but they're also more expensive when they fail catastrophically. Warm plugs cause misfires that can destroy your catalytic converter. A $2,000 repair that makes new plugs look like pocket change. Plus, warm plugs reduce fuel economy by up to 30% and rob your engine of power. Here's the trick. Replace plugs every 60,000 miles, regardless of what the manual says. Modern engines run so efficiently that worn plugs create a cascade of problems: poor combustion, carbon buildup, and stressed ignition coils. The kicker, many check engine lights are just worn spark plugs crying for help. Replace them first, before diagnosing anything else. This next hack would 100% surprise you. Hack number 6. Checking your car's belt under your hood. That single belt under your hood powers everything. Alternator, water pump, power steering, AC. When it snaps, you're not just losing power steering, you're potentially destroying your engine if the water pump stops circulating coolant. Here's something you probably don't know. Modern Serpentine belts are incredibly reliable, but they give almost no warning before failing. Unlike old V-belts that squealed and slipped, modern belts just snap. One day you're driving normally, the next you're overheating on the highway with a seized engine. Here's the solution. Replace your Serpentine belt every 60,000 miles, even if it looks perfect. Rubber degrades from the inside out, and that innocent-looking belt might be one bump away from failure. Pro tip: always replace the tensioner at the same time. A weak tensioner will kill a new belt in months. Good luck finding a modern car. That'll warn you before the belt snaps. Check it during every oil change for cracks, fraying, or glazing. Let me show you this incredible hack. Hack number 5. Your cabin air filter is killing your AC. Most people don't even know their car has a cabin air filter, let alone when to change it. But here's the shocking truth. A clogged cabin filter doesn't just reduce airflow, it can destroy your AC system by forcing the blower motor to work overtime. Here's how it actually works. Your cabin filter catches everything from pollen to road dust, but when it's clogged, your blower motor has to work twice as hard to push air through. That extra strain burns out the motor, and suddenly you're looking at a $400 repair for a $15 filter. Plus, a dirty filter reduces AC efficiency, making your compressor work harder and die younger. The crazy part? Most cabin filters are hidden behind the glove box and take 5 minutes to replace. Change yours every 15,000 miles or annually, whichever comes first. Here's a bonus tip. If your AC seems weak or your windows fog up constantly, check the cabin filter first. You'll probably find a disgusting mess that's been choking your system for years. Here's the secret mechanics don't want you to know. Hack number 4. Your brake fluid is slowly destroying your brakes. Brake fluid is hygroscopic. It absorbs water from the air like a sponge. Over time, that water lowers the boiling point and corrodes your brake system from the inside. Most people never change it until something expensive breaks. Let me tell you why. Water in brake fluid creates steam when you brake hard, causing brake fade and potentially complete brake failure. But the real damage happens slowly. That water corrodes your brake lines, calipers, and master cylinder, turning a $50 fluid change into a $1,500 brake system overhaul. Here's the hack mechanics know. Change your brake fluid every 3 years regardless of mileage. Fresh fluid protects your entire brake system and maintains proper pedal feel. The kicker? Most brake problems are actually just contaminated fluid. If your brakes feel spongy or fade when hot, check the fluid first. Pro tip: brake fluid should be clear or light amber. If it's dark brown or black, you're already in trouble. You'll be surprised by this next one. Hack number 3. Your differential is the forgotten hero. Your differential works harder than almost any component in your car, yet most people forget it exists until it starts whining. That's a $2,000 mistake waiting to happen, and most drivers have no idea this component even needs maintenance. Here's what most people don't know. Your differential fluid breaks down faster than engine oil because it deals with constant gear mesh and extreme pressure. Unlike engine oil, it doesn't get filtered or cooled effectively, so it turns into a thick, contaminated mess that destroys gears and bearings. You won't believe this. Most differentials need fluid changes every 50,000 miles, but many owners call it lifetime fill. That's marketing nonsense. Nothing lasts a lifetime in automotive terms. Here's the solution. Change your differential fluid every 50,000 miles and use the exact specification your manufacturer requires. Trust me, this hack will shock you. Many transmission problems are actually worn differentials causing vibration and noise that drivers mistake for transmission issues. The crazy part, you can actually extend your differential's life dramatically by simply changing the fluid and adding a friction modifier if you have a limited slip differential. Fresh gear oil not only lubricates better, but also helps dissipate heat more effectively, preventing the metal-to-metal contact that destroys gears. Some differentials even have drain plugs that make fluid changes as easy as an oil change. Yet most people never touch them for the entire life of the vehicle. Here's what will blow your mind. High-performance and off-road drivers change their differential fluid every 15,000, 30,000 miles because they understand the abuse this component takes. If you tow heavy loads, drive in stop-and-go traffic, or live in mountainous areas, your differential works even harder and needs more frequent attention. Pro tip: when you change the fluid, inspect it for metal particles or a burnt smell. These are early warning signs that your differential is wearing out before it becomes a catastrophic failure. This next hack is mind-blowing. Hack number 2, your timing belt needs to be checked. If your car has a timing belt instead of a chain, you're driving around with a $5,000 repair waiting to happen. Timing belts fail without warning, and when they do, they can destroy your entire engine in milliseconds. Here's the terrifying truth. Interference engines, which most modern cars have, will bend valves, crack pistons, or worse, if the timing belt snaps. That turns a $500 belt replacement into a $5,000 plus engine rebuild. The belt might look fine right up until it doesn't, giving you zero warning before catastrophic failure. Here's what you need to do. Replace your timing belt every 90,000 miles or 7 years. Don't gamble with lifetime belts or stretch the intervals to save money. The shocking part: many people ignore timing belt service until it fails catastrophically. Pro tip: always replace the water pump at the same time. It's driven by the timing belt, and if it fails later, you'll pay for the same labor twice. Seriously, who designs engines where a $50 belt can cause $5,000 in damage? The crazy part? Some manufacturers actually switched back to timing chains because they got tired of dealing with warranty claims from catastrophic timing belt failures. Chains aren't perfect either, but they usually stretch and make noise before they fail completely, giving you warning signs. Timing belts are silent killers. They work perfectly until the exact moment they don't, and then your engine becomes an expensive paperweight. Here's what will shock you. Many European and Japanese engines are so tightly designed that a timing belt failure doesn't just bend valves, it can crack the cylinder head, punch holes in pistons, or even damage the engine block itself. Some engines are so severely damaged that it's cheaper to buy a whole new car than fix the engine. The insane part: all of this destruction happens in the fraction of a second it takes for the belt to snap, turning decades of engineering precision into twisted metal scrap. And now, the number 1 hack that could save you thousands. Hack number 1. Learn to read your car's warning signs before they become expensive. The most valuable hack isn't about changing fluids. It's about becoming fluent in your car's language before it screams for help. Your car talks to you every day through sounds, smells, vibrations, and performance changes. But most people ignore these early warnings until they become major repairs. Here's the game-changing truth. Every catastrophic car failure starts with subtle warning signs weeks or months earlier. That slight grinding when braking, brake pads crying for help before they destroy your rotors, that faint sweet smell, coolant leak that'll overheat your engine if ignored. The key is learning to notice and act on these early signals. Here's how. To master this, perform a 30-second inspection every time you drive. Listen for new sounds, notice any smells, feel for vibrations, and pay attention to how your car responds. The ultimate hack? Keep a simple maintenance log on your phone, noting any changes, no matter how minor. Pro tip: most $3,000 plus repairs could have been prevented with a $200 fix if caught early. Your car will tell you what it needs. You just need to listen before it's too late. But here's what separates car owners from car experts. Learn to distinguish between normal aging sounds and actual warning signs. That slight whine from your transmission when it's cold? Probably normal. That same whine getting louder over weeks? Time for action. Your car develops a unique personality over time, and once you know its normal quirks, anything new stands out like a siren. Most people panic over normal sounds while completely missing the subtle changes that actually matter. The crazy part? Your nose is often more accurate than expensive diagnostic equipment for catching problems early. Burning oil smells different from burning coolant, which smells different from overheating brakes or a slipping clutch. Each problem has its own signature scent, and experienced mechanics can often diagnose issues just by taking a whiff under the hood. Train your nose to recognize these smells, and you'll catch problems before they show up on any computer scan. Already know some of these car hacks? Or you don't agree with these? Comment down below. If you think these tips saved you a lot of money, I have another video. That'll make your car run 10 times better. Click this video. Trust me, you won't regret it.